Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. This is for the week of May 7th through, May 14th through 20th. Man, I struggled with that. I had to do that twice, actually. This is the second go-round, and I still screwed it up. So, May 14th through May 20th, 2018. So, Sagittarius, let's see what energy is the strongest for you this week. Alright, you guys have a house card coming out. Ooh, the 12th house. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or power. So this week is probably gonna feel a bit different than the energy you've been experiencing. You might find yourself feeling more humble, more connected to your spirit, seeing the way like synchronicities all around you, but more like seeing how things are all connected and the way everything plays out. It's almost as though you're the observer this week. Even though you're living your life and you're participating and things are happening, there's just this element of you that's in observation mode, and it's not a conscious thing. It's like the movement of your spirit working with the energies at hand of the week, and there's just things that you're going to come to understand. And also with this card, the way things unfold could feel like they're completely out of your hands, like it's a fixed thing, like destiny, where, you know, just miraculously at the last minute you get the message you needed, you know, or money you needed or something like that. Those are just examples. I'm not even talking about that being part of your week. What I'm saying is, like, you're really noticing how things are connected and the way they work out, and like that there is a higher force involved in your life and the life of every person and everything going on in this world. This is just a really deep energy for you guys this week. So let's pull a card to see what that may be focusing on specifically. So we have remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. I like that if you flip these numbers around, it would be card 12, right? But it's card 21, so we have the 12th house here. This is energy of the past, really, okay? And you're going to be feeling it, but with this card it says, you know, if it's about a very like specific person from your past that's all of a sudden on your mind this week, that's not for you to reach out to them, okay? There's a release of energy here, a completion of something with the 12th house. And it could be a situation of the past that, you know, resurfaces for you, or it could be like a person, just anything really. You know, this is general, so whatever applies to you, because you won't know it as you watch this unless you're like in the middle of the week. As you watch this, you'll be like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but believe me, it will show up. This card and the emotional cleanse card, every time they show up for me, I'm like, no, because it does mean there's a surge of emotions that are going to move through you, but it's not what you think. It's more of a moment to allow you to release, to make the choice to let it go. This can't ever hurt me again. Or if you're really missing somebody, you know, honoring the moment that you did share with them, but recognizing, you know, where you are right now is where you need to be. And when you're all emotional, you know, you don't feel that, right? But once that passes, you're going to be like, oh God, why was I even tripping about that again? But it was to fully release it from yourself, a completion, because you're moving on to something else, okay? And this, if this is like about some old emotional relationship, you know, that could actually be standing in the way, that energy in the way of some monetary abundance you're trying to get for yourself, okay? Everything is connected. So whatever is like coming up inside of you, pay attention to it, because that's energy of blockage, and it's, you know, blocking you from things that you might not even consider connected and related, okay? So let's pull a couple of cards to see what the highlights are for this week. Okay, so we have chaos and we have lust. Oh, goodness. You know what, Sagittarius, before I even speak to those, just based on this, I'm going to pull your tarot cards to see what this is speaking to, because this to me is really the remembrance of what's coming up inside of you, like, you know, all these feelings that you had. That's what that means to me, but I just want to make sure of that. So let's see what the tarot pulls out. So we have the Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, if it's speaking about a person, but if it's not about a particular person, this is definitely about romance. And then we have the Judgment card in this position, which is actually karma, like atonement. So let's see. Now we have the Eight of Wands, which is communication. Now we have the Three of Swords. Everybody knows what that card is, whether you know the tarot or not, right? And now we have the Eight of Cups, which is excellent next to that. And look at what's next, the Ace of Pentacles. So we like that. All right, Sagittarius, listen. For many of you, it's like some romance from the past is just all up in your world this week, okay? Some of you, it's because you're hearing news about this person, or you're actually hearing from this person, okay? Something along those lines. Since this is general, it could really go either way. Or even because we have the wands here and this is communication, information, news coming in, with remembrance here, this could talk about how you're just all stirred up emotionally. There's something that has triggered you to go back into that energy of somebody that you really were, you know, in love with. And if you weren't in love with them, this is a relationship that was very near and dear to your heart, okay? But it didn't end well, all right? There's something that happened. And with these two cards, those of you that are really going to vibe with this message, it's like you're going to feel that heartache, that hurt, that pain. You're going to think you want them. Your emotions are just going to be this big storm, okay? But it's not because you really want them or that you're going to get back with that person or anything like that. Like I said, this is like a release, because we end with the Eight of Cups, which is I am walking away from all of this energy. I am leaving it behind and moving forward. 12th house, I'm completing a cycle. So if you feel like, oh my God, that was the one, oh my God. No, it wasn't the one. It really wasn't. And you'll move through that energy if you don't like allow it to just really get you upset and get you in your head thinking. If you start feeling this energy this week, be like, oh, okay, it's time to release this heartache and hurt that I've been carrying, and I didn't even know that it was still there for some of you. It's time to release that, to let it go, the completion of that cycle, of that chapter of your life, because there's something else. There's something else trying to come in, something you've been asking for. And again, everything is connected. Even if you feel like you're, imbalanced energy about romance has nothing to do with what's going on in your career, you're wrong. It is. Everything is connected. And walking away from this, clearing this energy, it just allows you, that open canvas. So what you have been trying to achieve can finally start coming in for you, because the cycle is now complete. All right. Now, for others of you, with this energy, you may just, there may be some conflicts going on but in some of your relationships this week. Maybe just one. We don't have a whole lot of information with this 12th house, but this is, somebody that you are very close to. And there's some things that have happened or, have been said or done, and we haven't expressed them. We've been holding them inside. And now it's time to communicate them. But some of you, it's like, I'm afraid to speak my heart because it's going to cause this person to leave, or this relationship is going to end. Or maybe that it's time for this relationship to end because it's really not serving you. So for Sagittarius, there's this conversation that we're having this week with somebody, and it's pretty intense, and it's all about things that have happened. And this energy, it's like it goes two ways for me. This conversation is like what is going to free you from this. It's like, I've been holding this inside. It's a storm inside of me. We have this conversation. Okay, now there's the release, judgment, okay? And all is now well. We're walking away from the heartache, the disagreements, the unhappiness, okay? So you'll know which side you fall on this, because for others of you, it's like this conversation, is the end to this relationship or situation, okay? And if that doesn't resonate with you, don't try to make that fit. This is really like all about communication this week for Sagittarius. Some things, it's from the past, and it finally needs to be resolved. Some of it is what's going on right now in your life, and it needs to be resolved, and all will be well. But for some of you, there is a situation or relationship where we need to have this talk, because it's done, it's over, it's time to walk away from it. There's nothing else here. So you have to apply that truly how it fits to your situation. But definitely for Sag, you guys are communicating. Some of you, honestly, there might be a love interest, like there's somebody that's really pursuing you, and you've been kind of just like tolerating it, and just trying to like ignore it, like it's not there, because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But you might very well have to have that talk this week and set them straight and be like, look, you and me are never going to be. You totally need to let this go. And, I'm not even sure that we could be friends, because you're too intense, and I can't deal with this. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like this is a good week to mend energies of relationships that are sustainable and viable. But anything that is of the past that needs to be let go of, allow that process to happen. Because again, some of you, this is all just this internal thing taking place because we're releasing, some old energy. So I'm going to pull Whispers of Love just to get, okay, I guess those two. I was going to pull just one, but this is just a little brief message about romance for you guys. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. So, Sagittarius, those of you that know these conversations that have to happen to actually mend bridges, to let the past go and move forward, that's what this is all about, okay? But some of you, man, if the past has been holding you back, okay, and that's why this is showing up, and there's something new that's available to you, take a chance on it. Forget the past. Move into your future, because this is telling you where you're going is better than where you've been. So let the past go for those of you that need to let it go. But for others, with treasure your loved ones here, you know, in romance, but in family, in friendships, what needs to be said, say it so that you guys can move beyond it. Okay, this is definitely a week about healing and release for Sagittarius. So let's pull you some final advice. All right, gathering your tribe. Yes, how perfect is this? Whew. Universe gives me chills sometimes. This is saying exactly what I just said. It's time to let go of those people who are truly not a part of your tribe, and the relationships that are strained, that are of your tribe, you need to mend those this week. You need to let the past go and move forward and apply that how it fits for you. But find your tribe, Sag. Do the house cleaning you need to do with friends, you know, with ex-lovers. Some of you, this might be that you're like, you know what, I've got to get out of this relationship. Nope, this is just not vibing for me. And take a chance on love is take a chance on loving yourself and just letting go what does not serve you, what is not in your highest good. So it's all about your tribe this week, Sagittarius, 100%. And I've given as many scenarios as I see coming through, just so that it can, you know, touch as many of you as possible. And in doing that, I don't want to confuse you. That's why it's really important that you apply this how it fits to your situation, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. I am wishing you a very beautiful and blessed week. Take care.